Welcome to Literally 12 Beans, where our goal is to be bigger than soup. I'm Alfred Molina.
I'm Willem Dafoe.
And I'm Come Tasty.
And today we're going to be covering our initial reaction and observations to the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Apologies in advance for some of the shitty audio quality. We wanted to get this video out as quickly as possible, so there are some of us recording on our cellular devices. I think Spider-Man is crying in the rain in that first shot because he got bullied by J. Jonah Jameson, and everyone at school's like, Spider-Man's a fucking homo, and then he's like, no, I just want to date Zendaya and FaceTime. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. The one normal week. I guess a normal week is killing battle drones.
Killing battle drones and fucking not even killing.
And punching Jake Gyllenhaal in the face.
Yeah, he killed Jake Gyllenhaal.
Roger.
I mean, indirectly, but he fucking murdered him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. If Mysterio's behind all these villains and he's just fucking making drones. Sam is just a big-ass fat drone.
Mysterio's sitting in his lair. He's like, wouldn't a guy with fucking tentacle arms be sick as fuck?
You think that Tony Stark somehow wronged all these motherfuckers?
Tony Stark called my glider gay, Spider-Man.
Yeah, you think the cringe goblin from Andrew Garfield's fucking Green Goblin universe is gonna be like, I need your blood, Spider-Man! Tony Stark wouldn't give it to me! And then fucking try to kill him with the fucking stabby spin thingies?
You're a fraud, Spider-Man! Tony Stark said the goblin disease would make my penis small!
Goblin disease!
It's gonna make your penis small!
Yeah, but I still think in that final shot, I mean, I'm holding out hope that it is the other Spider-Man.
It's Ned. It's Ned. He's there.
It's Ned in a spider suit, in the Iron Spider suit. That's why there's so many suits, because it's Ned and Zendaya.
Ned and Zendaya are the other Spider-Men that we that's the fucking misdirect that we never expected. I'm gonna be pissed off if Zendaya gets fucking died or put in danger, and she's like, I can't do this. I'm in danger. I don't love you anymore. After Doctor Strange was like, go Scooby-Doo this, teenagers. You go fight them all. I'm going to play with my fucking Rubik's Cube in my room. You go solve the multiverse problem. And then Spider-Man is like, in his infinite wisdom, goes, yeah, you know what? MJ and Ned, they almost got killed by drones last time. So let's fucking, let's bring them with us. You know?
So, I wonder, does the spell not work? Or do they just remember?
Oh, it works.
It's
I think
broken.
It works, but it just breaks the entire universe.
Yeah. And then that makes fucking Alfred Molina come through.
I like the idea that Doc Ock, he didn't even get to the bridge first. Like, he fucking was just fighting kids in Spider-Man shirts until he found one.
You're not Peter Parker. He's just beating the shit out of children. You're not Peter Parker.
I don't remember what he looks like.
But fucking, you should be looking at an old folks' home with how old Tobey Maguire is right now. There's also the possibility that it's just a bunch of fucking Tom Holland clones.
Yeah, that would be my least favorite thing to happen.
I don't think they're gonna do just because of "You're not Peter Parker" being the line.
Yeah.
Because why would he? He wouldn't be like, "You're not Peter Parker." He'd be like, "You vibrate at a different frequency" or something. I don't know.
It'd be cool to see fucking Spider-Man Supreme, or Superior Spider-Man, not Spider-Man Supreme. But I mean, I know it's not gonna happen. Just Doc Ock, Spider-Man, they're interacting. But
that's who it is at the end. That's why he's got the gold shrimp. He's superior.
That
Doc Ock gets Spider-Man's brain, and then he goes, "You know what would make this suit a lot better? Some gold. Put some bling on it."
Doc Ock goes, this body's old as fuck, and then he puts himself in Tom Holland's body instead.
This one's pretty hip.
Yeah. Oh, he looked at Tom Holland and he went, "Oh, this guy fucks," and then he put.
Well, he saw Tom Holland had the Iron Spider. He's like, "You got 4 arms too," or
yeah,
fucking 6.
The whole movie, it's Doc Ock tracking him down for copyright infringement.
The whole time, he breaks the multiverse.
I want to see him rip Spider-Man's gay little bionic arms off his stupid fucking suit.
I think Thanos did that shit already, bro.
Yeah, I fucking hate the Iron Spider suit. It was cool in Infinity War, but I didn't realize what a crutch it was gonna be.
Well, I mean, it looks like in this movie he only uses it for one highway fight, and then he's like,
It looks
that's.
like Doc Ock fucking destroys it.
I fucking hope so.
I do
I
too.
don't like even I would rather him in the back of a Quinjet or whatever the fuck building his own suit
Yeah.
and have it be
Oh, is this
his
Led
kind
Zeppelin?
of.
It's
Yeah,
just because
with lame jokes.
nanotech is so fucking lazy. I hate it so much. Iron Man got this big ass cool new suit on. He's like, it's nanotech. You like it? Yeah, I just fucking it's just here all the time. I just make this shit. Oh, you want a suit? Nah, no. I can't do that.
It's always the argument, like, why doesn't fucking Tony just make all the Avengers Iron Man suits?
Yeah.
Or augment them at the very least.
In the comics, it's got a pretty good explanation why he doesn't, or just in a lot of things in general. But in the movies, there's literally none because, he makes one for fucking War Machine.
That's my shtick.
For him, it's like a prosthesis. But when he starts making it for Spider-Man and he knows how to make his webs and shit, he just looked at Spider-Man's shit and he was like, yeah, I can do everything better than you can. Shabam!
Yeah, I would have even liked the throwaway line where Tom Holland Spider-Man's like, yeah, I like Tony Stark's suits or Mr. Stark's suits, but his web strength isn't as strong, so I had to augment it with my own or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he had to, like a throwaway line where he's like, I did some tweaks to the suit. Like, why doesn't he say
in the old Spider-Man cartoon with the fucking electric guitar riff, which is badass, and that's one of the best Spider-Man shows ever. Spider-Man says he's like talking to some girl who's dying of cancer, and he tells her that when he got bit by the spider, he thinks it passed on some kind of intrinsic knowledge on how to use the right chemical formulas to make the webbing, which I think is super cool, and it's why other geniuses just don't fucking replicate it. Because Spider-Man's webbing is some top tier shit. Like, if Iron Man could just recreate it, why is he not selling that webbing to be used as like fucking emergency cable and all sorts of like fucking other projects in the world?
He's
like,
busy making space drones that can destroy the Earth.
Yeah, in Tony Stark fashion.
He's like, you know what would be way better than mass producing these fucking biowebs? I'm going to make some sunglasses for a teenager that can fucking blast other teenagers' heads off when he gets jealous or whatever the fuck happened in that movie.
Dissolvable hypertensile strength cord. Fuck that. Here's an army. I don't even need to put fucking non-lethals on these drones anymore. This one's got a fucking flamethrower. What the fuck do you think about that?
Here's drones with the capability to replicate elemental beings. But fuck making an Iron Man suit for someone else other than myself, my wife, and my black best friend. I think you might be onto something with that. It's Ned in the suit and that kicks the lizard, because there is this. I'm rewatching the trailer again as we're talking, and there is the split-second scene where Ned is swinging out on the pole trying to grab Zendaya, whose character I will never mention by name.
I don't like that they're there so much. I get that they're like, it's a Spider-Man movie, not a fucking like teenager trilogy or trio movie.
It's not fucking Harry Potter. It's not Ron Weasley and Hermione.
Trying to Harry Potter this shit. I don't give a fuck what they.
I don't want the fucking Super Sleuth trio. I want maybe Zendaya in it because she's the love interest. I want Ned to go guy in the chair like twice and then be out of the movie forever.
Ned
and then Zendaya comes back at the end to get her neck snapped.
Ned was the best when he was doing his guy in the chair bit. He was funny. He was watching porn. He was cranking it. That's relatable. That's identifiable.
That's what I was up to when I had a best friend that was Spider-Man too in high school, as we all did.
Yeah. Zendaya was good as a love interest. MJ's fine. Like I honestly didn't know how I'd feel about her character at first, but I like her. She's pretty decent. But I'm fucking.
I like different spins on MJ.
Spider-Man is so bad. Spider-Man doesn't deserve a fucking secret identity at this point. He's like, "Hey, Mary Jane, you're dating Peter Parker. Peter Parker, right?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm totally dating Peter Parker. Cool. Want to go swing on webs with me? Yeah, that's fucking rad. Let's do it."
Yeah, that he does that in every version.
But at least
every version that he's not fucking Gwen Stacy.
When he's swinging around with fucking Mary Jane in the other Spider-Man movies, he's doing it as like a secret, and Mary Jane isn't just openly dating Peter in high school.
Well, he's wearing the same cologne, most likely. That could be something.
Do you think Peter Parker jumps over the bushes, throws on his little stupid fucking jumpsuit, and then he swings back? And he's like, "I'm here to pick you up from school," and then they swing away or something. And then everyone's like, "I can't believe Peter Parker's Spider-Man." He's like, "Oh, no."
Well, so I'd say the first 10 minutes of the movie, he's like, how did everyone find out?
How'd they figure it out?
It was on TV, man.
why not just go the fucking route of, hey, I'm not Spider-Man. That guy's Spider-Man. Use the holograms to make Spider-Man look like he's someone else. Have a Skrull pretend to be Peter Parker. But he's
Yeah,
like, I gotta alter the fucking world with magic. That's
why
plan
does he
A.
think he met Doctor Strange one time and he's like, this guy can help? And then he goes to his fucking Arctic palace for some reason, and
he saw Doctor Strange get fucked up by Thanos and do some cool shit with like making clones of himself, and he was like, that guy's got what I fucking need.
you think they talked at Tony Stark's funeral and Doctor Strange was like, hey man, if you ever need the multiverse edited, I got you, and then left. It went to a fucking sling ring portal.
Doctor Strange is like, damn, if only I could make everyone just forget about all this. And then he went, and then he stepped through a portal, and Peter Parker went, I'm gonna remember that.
Peter Parker's getting harassed potentially sexually by the Daily Bugle, and he's fed up with it.
Spider-Man and his tight little ass.
He's a menace. That ass is a menace. He's a teenager in this movie. I think that's illegal. He's an adult, but he's portraying a teenager. Is that illegal? Nah, whatever. The anime kids do it all the time. We can do it.
That's true. Spider-Man's a lolly now, apparently.
Spider-Man with his hands on both my balls. Whoever gives me that photo gets the job.
Spider-Man with his cock in my ass. You got it, JJ.
Photography is not about cock in the ass or whatever. It's about lighting, composition, drama.
It cuts to Eddie Brock. He's wearing a Spider-Man suit. He's fucking J. Jonah Jameson. He's going, this is what'll give me the scoop on Parker. I really want Topher Grace to come back.
I really want to see a scene of Andrew Garfield explaining to Zendaya that he's Spider-Man, where he goes, I just, and he does that stupid throw up motion that he does, and then he like starts fumbling over his words, and Zendaya's like, who the fuck are you?
Where he starts having a fucking autistic episode in the middle of that.
On the roof? When he's like, I wish I could just.
If I was Gwen Stacy at that moment, I would be paranoid that Andrew Garfield was about to throw me off the fucking roof of that building.
She's like, what's going on with you? Why don't you like your Branzino? And he's like, I just wish I could just tell you.
She started backing away from him. She thought he was going to kill her.
And then he fucking webs her in, and she's like, well, I'm hot and bothered now, I guess.
Andrew Garfield has a seizure. Emma Stone turns to walk away, and then he reveals himself to be what she has heard from her father as a costumed terrorist. And she's like, all right,
I'm good with this.
Time to have sex with this guy.
And then later she's like cleaning his surface level wounds. He doesn't have deep gashes from the lizard. He had those like weird scratches.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh no, let me put a rag on it or whatever.
Really scraped my elbow.
He's like, I don't know if I'm strong enough to stop him. He cut you a little bit. You're Spider-Man.
I fought him in a sewer underwater, and that was not my prime element. I guess I'm at a loss here.
I also left my camera with my name written on it.
If I can't defeat the lizard in a drainage pipe underwater, then what can I do?
How's he going to beat him now? That's why they have Ned kicking him in the face at the end. They edited it out.
How am I going to beat him on land?
You think this Spider-Man at the very end, he defeats all the villains? The multiverse is saved despite the next title being Multiverse of Madness. Let's just say he saves the multiverse, or so he thinks. And then the end is Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin, picking up a camera labeled Peter Parker and being like, I'm going to tell the world he's Spider-Man.
It really went from
capturing Aunt May again.
It went from Willem Dafoe figuring out who Spider-Man was through like a series of weird events in his like heightened goblin senses, and he was like, how did you... Oh, and then he was like, I don't want to kill Peter. I like Peter.
In the elevator. Remember that?
Yeah, he's like, I like Peter. Oh, no. And then his psyche is like, fucking kill him. Attack his heart. And then it went from that to the lizard finding a camera that says, property of Peter Parker. I am Peter Parker, and I am also Spider-Man. This is where I live.
And then he goes, I'm going to PowerPoint about this. And then fucking scurries off to his lair to make
the
a PowerPoint.
Lizard's like, I need to decipher these clues. There's something here. I just can't piece it together.
That blunder, though, is on the same level as this Peter Parker being like, yeah, I'm going to go on vacation, and Spider-Man's also going to be in Europe.
Yeah. I got to rip my mask off, and fucking... Spider-Man's also going to be in Europe. That's Night Monkey, I said.
I told you, it's a German superhero with the same
German-
powers as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And
Did
J.
he
Jonah
shoot
Jameson is like,
webs?
there's two menaces.
Did
One
he
of
ever
them's
shoot
black.
Did he ever shoot webs as Night Monkey? I can't remember. That's worth a rewatch to see if he did.
I
don't think he did.
I think he used just like his sticky powers. No, wait.
Yeah.
I can't remember if he used webs or if he was like kicking off drones the whole time. I can't remember.
I don't think when he was Night Monkey he used webs, which was a cool detail, but still weird. Weird to set a Spider-Man movie. Weird to set a Spider-Man movie in Europe. Not really the. That's how you know.
Well, he was far from home.
That's true. He was
Mr. Halo.
But why? Spider-Man
vacation and all.
Spider-Man's both father figures dead. Universe decimated. Population of Earth in fucking turmoil. You know how much crime is probably through the roof in fucking New York after half of the population of New York suddenly reappeared. A lot of them probably without food, shelter, like different families and shit.
And they really didn't explore that.
Spider-Man went, fuck this. I'm tired. I'm going to go to Europe.
Yeah, what did you do? You just fought a cataclysmic battle, and then Girls Get It Done saved you from having to run through Thanos' army. Don't worry, we'll handle it.
I guess he does deserve a break, but he really went, this shit sucks. I'm going to go hit on
I'm
MJ
a teenager, man, and I saved the universe.
I saved the universe. You didn't do dick fuck nothing, Spider-Man. No offense.
Spider-Man doesn't do fuck all nothing to save the universe. Whoever gives me that photo gets the job.
Yeah, Far From Home is its own thing. That the Spider-Man parts of that movie were like fine, but honestly, the Spider-Man. My biggest complaint with current Spider-Man is just his attachment to the MCU. The way he was brought in is constantly a crutch, and I guess I can't really fight. Like, I can't be mad at the new writers for that because what the fuck are you gonna do about that when you made Iron Man be his fucking surrogate father figure because you didn't have the rights to Uncle Ben? There's really no way to get around that anymore. So
yeah, I mean,
wait, that's actually what it was.
I don't think I don't know if it was they didn't have the rights or what the case was, because I know the deal with
maybe they're just
Sony was extremely. It was weird because they had Spider-Man, they had some Spider-Man villains, but Sony had the properties. But I don't know, Marvel's allowed to borrow them, which is why Sony can like use
the deal that they made was
was it the Mephisto trailer? What trailer do they have?
Sony gets all the profits based off of like toys and merchandise for Spider-Man, and Marvel gets like ticket sales or something.
But in terms of rights to the characters, it's still Sony's character.
It's still Sony's character.
So I don't know what exactly Marvel was allowed to use or what they just forfeited using for the sake of simplicity. The intention was not to retread his origin story for the third time in a decade.
Using Iron Man was a tactical move. That way they ingrain, like Sony couldn't fuck off with Spider-Man and be like, we'll continue the story because Iron Man's integral into it now. Like Marvel fucking fused one of their own characters to Spider-Man at the hip for this trilogy. And they were like, fuck you, Sony. What are you going to do about it?
That's true. I don't
think when they had that dispute, there was no way forward. That wasn't, you still need to let Spider-Man be in MCU movies or it's going to fall apart.
That's true. And that was like kind of the hang up when they had that falling out.
Yeah. I would consider it a strategic move by Marvel and Disney to use Iron Man like that, which unfortunately came somewhat at the cost of the characters' stories. But
yeah, I mean, so Uncle Ben is very ingrained in Spider-Man's character. I would argue, though, that he's more ingrained in it since the Raimi movies.
Yeah,
upped his importance. Because when I read the comics as a kid, I was never like, I don't know, I guess I was younger. And if I digested them now, it might be different. But I was never like, yeah, Spider-Man wouldn't be Spider-Man without Uncle Ben. That's true. Yeah. But that still happened to him. Not seeing it and not having him reference it all the time, while it's a complaint, I don't think it necessarily breaks the character. I think the handling of Spider-Man being
referenced. Like, I don't want it to be referenced all the time. It's more so that it was replaced with Iron Man. Death of Iron Man father figure was like a big motivation thing. So it's not like I need to see Uncle Ben. I would just like to see more like Spider-Man's actions being because of that. It doesn't even need to be named or worded. They did a really shitty thing. There's, when you can do the things that I don't, and then you don't do them, and then the bad things happen. They happen because of you. I almost had a stroke trying to say that.
You sound like Andrew Garfield.
That's pretty much what he did. Spider-Man are confused easily, it would seem. But that's fine. It's just Iron Man being so ingrained really takes away from Spider-Man being Spider-Man, which is he's just a fucking dude trying to do what's good, trying to do the best that he can because of his sense of right and wrong. But that does open the door. It opens the door, though, because we could get a Tobey Maguire fucking with great power comes great responsibility to Tom Holland moment. And I would fucking kill for that.
I think that'd be really cool.
I'm a big fan of when Spider-Man tells his catchphrase to other Spider-Men, and they're like, "That makes sense. I like that."
This movie has the top. This movie has the top Spider-Verse. It makes sense. I like that. I do agree.
Yeah. Well, he does that a lot.
He says Tobey Maguire sits down Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's like, "Listen, man. With great power comes great responsibility." He's like, "I thought of it more along the lines of if the bad things happen, then you can stop them. They happen because of you." And then Andrew Garfield
goes, "That's what I was trying to say."
And then Andrew Garfield goes, if you have an obligation to help somebody, then you should probably do those things. Not trust responsibility.
Andrew Garfield's in the back going, "I'm going to fucking kill the guy that killed Uncle Ben." Still waiting on my murder.
Down, like, let's just talk about, swap notes about being Spider-Man. We can learn from each other. And Tobey Maguire's like, "Yeah, I'm responsible for my uncle's death in a way. That got retconned a little bit, but really Sandman, he killed my uncle, and I killed the guy, but I killed him by accident, but I kind of don't regret it, but when I was mad, I regretted it." And then this Spider-Man's like, Tony Stark died, and I don't regret that at all. And then I'm just sad about it. And then
Tony Stark died saving the universe, and somehow it's my fault.
And then Andrew Garfield's in the back like, "I just tried to kill the guy.
I just really wanted him dead." Did you find him? No.
I found 3 doppelgangers though. Those fucking bastards.
I found 3 guys that looked like him. I found 3 guys that looked like him. I threatened to murder them, and then I left.
He sneezed and shot one guy in the nuts.
The last time we saw Andrew Garfield, he was fucking swinging a sewer fucking.
That's true.
Top. I got a rhino.
He was deflecting missiles into populated buildings and swinging a fucking manhole cover at terminal speed into a man's head.
That was before Man of Steel brought up the debate of collateral damage. That was before all the superhero movies all of a sudden started. This is kind of off topic, but I was watching a CinemaSins video, and he pointed out all the times in Man of Steel. Or no, in Dawn of Justice, that they point out that the area was deserted in the final fight. They go to like 4 different locations. And he's like, "That harbor's abandoned. This island's abandoned. It's all
old harbor. It should be abandoned."
Yeah, and
the old GCPD headquarters. Probably nobody there.
Yeah, and he should have. I want Andrew Garfield to do that in this movie. I wanted to be like, "You guys are paying attention to civilian casualties? What are you?"
The Statue of Liberty, probably abandoned. How is Sandman fighting them at the Statue of Liberty?
He could just float, I guess.
It's
He's just a big face.
Surrounded by water.
He's just a big face.
There's no sand.
Electro
there is on the bottom of the ocean.
Flew him there.
That's not how Sandman works.
Sandman's
Water's his weakness.
Maybe Andrew. Or,
he's no He's
maybe Tobey Maguire put some dirt in his eye. I don't know.
Andrew Garfield's gonna find Cringe Goblin, and he's gonna fucking murder him, and he's gonna go, "Good riddance."
I wouldn't be upset.
Andrew Garfield never set up a no-kill rule, really. He just kind of didn't do it, and he wanted to for the guy that killed Uncle Ben. So now that Cringe Goblin killed Gwen Stacy, it's reasonable to believe that he would want to murder Cringe Goblin. So it'd be real funny if at the end they defeat the villains. Fucking Tom Holland's webbing him up. Tobey Maguire gives him with great power comes great responsibility. And then in the background, fucking Andrew Garfield just murders. He rips off the fucking head of Cringe Goblin. He's like, "You guys don't do that?"
I think so. I don't think it's likely, but like I said, it's kind of like how I was saying earlier. I think it was before we were recording, but I said it'd be cool if they did bring in Venom, but it was Tobey Maguire in the Venom suit. Yeah. That would be cool. I don't think they'd do it. But I think it would be cool, and I don't think they'll do this either, but I think it'd be cool to see Andrew Garfield in a more depressed Spider-Man.
But at the end,
more like an angrier version.
He fist bumped that kid at the end though.
Yeah, but that could have been a front. He's capping.
he pulled up the megaphone and he was like, "Put your paws in the air," and then he threw a missile at a crowd.
Then immediately following that, right, he decapitates Paul Giovanni, and then he declares himself the Rhino, like the original ending of Star Wars was going to be.
Yeah.
Not Rhino, but Darth Vader. But
Spider-Man
you
puts
remember,
on the Rhino suit, and it's confusing for the Daily Bugle on what to call him now.
and then he goes, "Now I am Darth Vader." Remember when Luke Skywalker put on Darth Vader's helmet and said, "Now I am the Rhino"? I am the Rhino from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 from 2012 or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, those Lucasfilm remasters got weird at the end. There.
Shit, those special editions change us,
Yeah.
man. That's crazy. We can't go one video without mentioning Star Wars, man.
No, not well. This is a Star Wars channel.
It's
Everyone
not.
knows that. No, it is now.
Branding. For branding reasons, it is. I'm changing the bean field in the background to the stars.
That'd be great.
Wars or otherwise.
That's what the beans represent.
One bean
I am
represents the
excited to
stars.
see Spider-Man. Do you think when the Ancient One saw into Doctor Strange's future to see that he would be the Sorcerer Supreme, she saw that a fucking whiny teenager would do a bunch of weird Eminem rap poses and then fuck up the universe?
Do you think that when she was looking into his future and saw he'd be the Sorcerer Supreme, she saw all of time?
Yeah.
So she definitely saw for some. I want to know. No one's talking about why he's in a fucking winter wonderland. Did he decorate for Christmas? Why the fuck is it snowing in there?
Yeah, why are
Why
they
the fuck does he
moving?
have a fucking winter scarf on? And he's like, "Come in. This will be answered in Multiverse of Madness. Don't worry about this." What the
if
fuck
it's
is
like
that?
what if it's like the Khan thing from Loki, where it's like I don't know what's gonna happen next. What if she gets to that point as well?
Oh, you mean Kang?
Kang, sorry, what I
Yeah.
say?
Khan.
Khan.
You said Khan, which is a
Wrong
real
franchise.
conqueror. That was a real person.
Genghis or otherwise.
Genghis or otherwise, or the Wrath of, depending on what you're feeling. Yeah, it'd be cool. I'm actually interested to see more because that's like timeline shit. But Marvel and their handling of timelines is its own fucking mess. I don't really care about that. Well, I do care about that.
I'm gonna
like,
wait
right
for them
now.
to sort it out because they usually address their plot holes. Other than the one from the Spider-Man movie where they just pretended like it didn't happen.
Which one? What are you talking about?
Where it said 8 years earlier or whatever.
Oh yeah, when they fucked up all of how the timeline worked in Spider-Man,
and they tried to like justify it.
Some intern couldn't do math.
I feel like that's got to have been fixed in the Disney Plus version of that movie. I
just
haven't
can't-
looked that up, but
How do you fuck that up? Like what is there to gain by doing that?
years of academy training wasted.
Buzz Lightyear movie looks cool. You think he's going to make an appearance in No Way Home?
I think he goes, "They're coming through. I can't stop them." And then it's like
To
to
infinity.
infinity.
and then hot Buzz Lightyear falls through.
It goes to infinity, and then Green Goblin goes, "Yeah," and then
When he does
No. He says to infinity, and then he says, "I'm so cool."
Into the Spider-Verse 2 is a movie that's going to come out, which is more Spider-Verse shit. It's just Spider-Verse is such a cool concept, and I feel like it's going to be hindered by just what the MCU is.
they're gonna have a hard time getting Peter Ham with I don't know if you can record voice lines from Rehab there, John Mulaney.
His name's Peter Porker.
That's what I said.
Not Peter Ham. What?
You know, the Ham Goblin.
Spider Ham, the Ham Goblin. You mean Ned?
Ham
In
Goblin.
the comics, Ned Leeds becomes Hobgoblin. So, I mean,
Hobgoblin. You mean New Goblin?
He could become Ham Goblin.
You mean New Goblin from Spider-Man 3? Because he's not Hobgoblin. He's New
I would like
Goblin.
to see the New Goblin come in.
I would like to see. Yeah, it's New Goblin. He's credited as New Goblin.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
why?
Are you talking about real New Goblin or cringe Goblin from
He's-
the new
No, real
newer
New
movie?
Goblin. I know
Real
he is
fake
New
New
Goblin,
Goblin.
but is that what he's gonna fucking?
He's
refer
not going to be in
himself?
the movie because James Franco is a fucking sexual deviant as well.
I'm just saying, if he won, if
you
won in
work on a
that movie,
Spider-Man movie, you're a sexual deviant at some point. Except for Willem Dafoe, he's a treasure. He looks like a sexual deviant, but he's fine. He's good.
he looks like a real villain. That's why he's so good.
Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen. And he's talking to James Franco.
I don't know who he's talking to, but I hope he says some of those lines in the movie.
He's gonna probably do a quote, at least one quote from the rooftop scene.
He's got
He's
it.
gonna.
I imagine. I want to know
You
what
think
he's going to interact with the. How is he going to interact with the other with Cringe Goblin?
They're gonna be. You think they're gonna be buddy buddy? He's
Technically,
like,
that's
"Are
his
you my son?" Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Well,
"Hey, James." He goes, "Hey, James Franco." That's
in
what he says to him.
in the fucking Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Harry Osborn's dad was dying, and on his deathbed, he was like, "I fucking hate you, son. Here, take this science research," and then he died. At least in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker told Harry, he was like, "Your father despised you," but he never really did in that movie. He was just like disappointed by his son mildly. Either way, he was he was disappointed by his son, and then Peter was like, "He fucking hated you," to get under his skin. But Harry really did love his dad. In Amazing Spider-Man 2, his dad was like, "I fucking hate you. You have genetic goblin disease. Suck my dick in science," and then he died. And then his son went, "I need Spider-Man's blood. I fucking hate you, Dad, but
It's a really
you're
good
dead
impression.
now, and I'm sad." I
Also,
don't
I'm the
understand.
cringe goblin now.
Is Cringe Goblin going to come in and be like, "I hate you," or he's going to be like, "I have goblin disease. Do you have goblin disease?" And then Willem Dafoe's going to be like, "What?"
Willem Dafoe's gonna be like, "Have you ever seen the Power Rangers?"
Willem Dafoe's going to, "I just have a fucking sick glider.
Just have a cool motorcycle helmet and some fucking super soldier serum.
My company just developed goblin gear for some reason."
They gotta be careful with that. Actually, I just thought about that. This a lot of the MCU's recent plot lines. I mean, yeah, a few of pretty much every Captain America movie and every Captain America property, to include Falcon and the Winter Soldier, has been about super soldier serums. If they get Green Goblin's blood, they'll just get the Goblin serum. That's it. They're done.
True.
They got it. They got the fucking serum.
I'm sick of the super soldier serum, whatever fucking plot.
That's all Green Goblin is a super soldier serum that made him go crazy, which
I'm
is
fine
really
with that,
which is really what the MCU super soldier serum can do if you're already a mad scientist.
Yeah, the shitty version. I don't mind that. That's fine. Because, I mean, obviously a lot of plot threads in the MCU are like, "Oh, we're trying to recreate... Captain America was a super soldier. I want to make super soldiers." And then that's pretty much what Oscorp does. And then Green Goblin, whatever fucking... they try to make performance enhancers. But I'm sick of, in, like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like, super soldier serum. We're going to take it and fucking bring down the world governments. And then they just take it and it's like, it just works. They're like, "Oh, yeah, that... we figured it out." Anyway.
I mean, it's been fucking forever. Fucking, they figured out that technology in World War II. Do you think it's really realistic that in 2025 I think that show takes place? They're still like, "What do we do?"
But why?
Like, they got this dude's blood. They've got so
safe,
many
right?
test subjects
and
and
it's
shit.
easy. It's safe to take. So why would Falcon not take it?
Well, because that would go against his art. That's for a different video.
That's Falcon and Winter Soldier shit. There was a...
Dr. Leaper's going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home.
I still liked that show, and it was still good.
But, I like that show too.
I wish
Very few complaints with that show.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't so short.
Hey, reeling it back in real quick, I started rewatching the No Way Home trailer again.
Now
how do you pick what clothes you're going to be wearing in your astral form?
You're just in whatever you were in.
No, that's not true, because he's not. The Hulk doesn't look like the Hulk. And we know Hulk doesn't shrink down into clothes. And he came out as Mark Ruffalo in jeans. Spider-Man gets knocked out of the Spider-Man suit in jeans and a hoodie.
It's probably just whatever your mind thinks that your clothes are. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you get a second? Like, as you're falling out, like, "Oh shit, let me pick my outfit."
No, it's probably just subconscious.
Like, sim creation memo.
It's like probably just like in your head, like, what fucking outfit am I in? Like, what am I wearing? Like, what's the fucking... when I think of me, what am I wearing? Peter Parker's it's like, yeah, I wear fucking hoodie and
Mark Ruffalo's like, "I'm in some jeans, man."
Mark Ruffalo's like, "I wear fucking science equipment," or whatever I don't know. He wears nerd shit.
What's that? He's wearing fucking... Peter Parker's wearing New Balances? That's what his mind's eye says? What are those, fucking Air Jordans? What is that?
My mind's eye says I'm wearing Air Jordans.
He's wearing... He's not dripping in his fucking mind's eye, man. You'd think he'd give himself a sick haircut and like
what if he came out in like the fucking... he came out in like Yeezys and like a New York hat and like...
That's what I'm saying. Like, why doesn't he like style out a little bit? His subconscious should be like...
He comes out in full Supreme gear like Drip Goku.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, And then like Doctor Strange is just in robes when he does it.
I mean, he was poor. That's what he had. He was like, fuck it, robes.
What's that random shot of? Oh, I'm rewinding. What's that random shot of Aunt May running? What's she running to?
Oh, God. Aunt May. I forgot Aunt May. I forgot she's alive. Finish it.
And Electro zaps old Doc Ock. So maybe they fight.
I think they fight. I think Doc Ock is looking for Peter Parker because clearly he has him by the ropes, and then he's like, "You're not Peter." And then it looks like he's walking away.
Yeah, it's definitely a different Electro too. I'm just going through scenes again. I'm kind of jumping around. It's definitely a different Electro.
The tone of Doc Ock fighting Spider-Man is very much a like, I just died. In his mind, I just died 5 seconds ago under the Hudson River, and now I'm tearing my way through a fucking bridge. What is going on here? That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, it kind of looks like just from the way things are cut together, it kind of looks like Doc Ock. It's a little weird because it looks the way it's cut together. It looks like Green Goblin goes aha and attacks the bridge, and then Spider-Man goes oh shit and turns into Spider-Man, and then Doc Ock goes let me get my hand in here and like takes him under the bridge. Where the fuck does Green Goblin go? Does he just fly away and go we'll meet again Spider-Man and then fly away?
I want to know where Green Goblin fucking comes from.
The sky. You clearly see him fly in on his glider. Why does he turn off his own mask?
Yeah, I didn't get that. I guess he just got the shit beat out of him. He fucking
didn't he just wish that no one knew his identity and he's taking his mask off?
He's like, they can't prove it, but I'll make sure that they can.
Why does he have the red dye on his pincers too? It's a different Doc Ock too, kind of, maybe.
It's not the red dye. It looks like the Stark nanotech. Like, there's the one scene where it's on top of his claw. It looks like he's fucking ripping the tech off of Spider-Man and putting it on his suit. Or Spider-Man's suit defeats Doc Ock by just taking over his arms, which I'd be really upset if that's what happened. That'd be so lame. It's like Doc Ock, intelligence-wise, on par with, if not smarter than Tony Stark. In a lot of media. Green Goblin was looking pretty tight. It looks like Spider-Man. It looks like Spider-Man's wearing the armored suit that he wore when he lost his spider sense. He like wore a steel suit in some media and like the old shit.
Yeah, it's available in some of the Spider-Man games. I've seen it before.
Yeah.
The metal suit. I think that black suit it's not the metal suit. I think it's the Electro suit in different lighting.
Yeah.
Which is another classic suit, though. Why does it have that weird...
The insulated suit?
You see how it has that weird protection charm, weird wrist gauntlet thing?
I feel like that's a way that's got to be knock them out and fucking send them back to their home dimension. That's got to be a MacGuffin that sends them back. Or traps them in that box. And then Doctor Strange wants to destroy the box. I'm calling it now. He uses the thing, it sends him in the box. Traps him in the box like a fucking Ben 10 alien or Pokemon or whatever. Then Doctor Strange is like, all right, I'm going to fucking blow up this box because they're going to die anyway. They're all destined to die. And then Spider-Man's like, no, I don't want to kill anybody. So he tries to take it from him. And Doctor Strange is like, this is the only way. And Spider-Man was like, what if we just sent him back? And then they go to the Statue of Liberty to do it because you got to be high up, I guess. And then Doctor Strange is trying to do it. And they all get out of the box and they all try to fight him. And Doctor Strange is trying to keep them all
and then Doctor Strange is like, I can't stop them from coming, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
You know, the classic Doctor Strange no coming line or whatever.
Doctor Strange, avid proponent against cum.
Yeah, he's a no coming rule. No killing rule, I meant.
Okay. We don't come. I feel like Green Goblin shows up after Doc Ock attacks.
Yeah, I think it's just cut together weird. It just looks like there's already flaming...
That's the thing, but it looks like... No, there's already flaming wreckage in the background of when Doc Ock's fucking doing shit too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, wait, hang on. I bet I can piece it together right now. Hang on. There's a fucking indicator. I'm trying to see who comes first here. Ooh, it's hard to tell, because...
In Green Goblins, he's throwing the grenade and there's smoke in the background, but also that him rolling the grenade doesn't have to be his first appearance just because it's his first appearance in the trailer.
When he flies through the smoke could be That's the thing. You don't know when he's coming in, but when Doc Ock is throwing the pipe at Peter and he slides underneath the cars, they're in front of what looks like a highway sign. That might be where smoke comes down, but there's no smoke yet, so I don't know. But then when Doc Ock shows up, there's smoke behind him. So I mean, yeah, why would he take his fucking mask off?
He's like going to. He thought he was dodging it, but he accidentally turned off the nanotech.
Yeah.
You have to like twitch your butthole in a
no,
specific way.
I see it. You can see the nanotech on his chest isn't there, so he's taking it away from his head to protect from the killing blow.
Oh, okay, I see.
I don't know why he must have just gotten fucking ganked in the chest, so his armor's not there. Clearly, a downside of nanotech is it is fucking useless. It just falls apart constantly because that's what
Thanos was
did.
beating the dick off it.
Thanos just kept
beating the Doonies down off it.
Thanos just kept ripping fucking pieces off.
Yeah, but he also fucking like chopped up Captain America's shield. But
true. With a helicopter blade.
Yeah. Why did he not crack open Black Panther's suit? Didn't he hit Black Panther with his fucking shit?
I don't remember. Well, Black Panther's invincible always, except from apparently real-world things.
Black Panther is invincible unless he falls off a waterfall.
Yeah, then he dies.
Yeah, there's that scene at 157, where there's the panoramic shot of Doc Ock, and he definitely has red on at least one of his arms.
Maybe.
I wonder if it was one of the ones that if it broke or something, and he fixed it.
Maybe.
Because it looks like the one in the back left. I mean, they've always had different functions. Each one of them had a different pincer. The one in the back left behind him doesn't look like it has red on it.
Sandman and Electro seem like they're both fucking attacking at the same place downtown, and Spider-Man's swinging around. I feel like Doc Ock is definitely helping them because the prison they show him in is definitely not one that Doc Ock
doesn't look like it can hold Doc Ock. Yeah,
he's fucking Dr. Octopus. I mean, he's got all the red shit on it. It looks like Stark nanotech on it because it's red and gold. Because all the other claws look normal.
They're starting to come, and I can't stop them. That's what he says.
I want to say Jamie Foxx's CGI when he shoots the lightning out of his chest or whatever he looks like PS4 Electro. He looks like a video game character.
I like it.
He doesn't look like a person, like a human man.
I like it. Electro should be goofy and campy. He's all like, "Yeah, I'm gonna suck your cock," or whatever he says.
I'm gonna zap ya.
Electro's classic line, "I'm gonna zap ya."
I'm gonna zap ya.
Thanks for watching this episode of Literally 12 Beans, where we broke down or reacted to the Spider-Man trailer. Apologies again for some of the audio differences. We wanted to get this video out as soon as possible and could not possibly wait even a single second for quality microphones. We had to record right that second. So thanks for watching. Thanks for bearing with us. And apologies for our hiatus to our 13th current subscribers. We were taking a really long shit and shower and possibly a shave. Keep watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And you're watching Disney Channel.
Ba-ba-ba-da.
And that'll do.
This just in Sandman Black.
This just in Sandman? An African American?